So in my last video, I shared an overview of the 86-ish books that I read in 2024, and we talked about some of them. And I wanted to do a top 20 list. It's hard to really pick, a favorite book, and I can share some thoughts as we go. But I thought, hey, a top 20 list would be fun, and I want to narrow down the top 5 for sure. And then 6 through 20, I think a lot of that could be interchangeable. But I had a really good year of reading, and I read a lot of variety of stuff, and I want to kind of highlight that. So I thought it'd be fun to do a top 20 list. So let's jump in and get some of this started on the board, and then we can narrow things down. All right, easy start. That's got to be in the top 5 for sure. Wind and Truth was absolutely fantastic. What an end to Arc 1 of the Stormlight Archive. Also, all the books that I am ranking on this, I read for the first time in 2024. So my rereads of the first 3 Stormlight books, Fellowship of the Ring, all that kind of stuff, those do not count. Okay, what's like a good 6 through 10 spot? I think Foundry Side could sit in that 6 through 10. This was a great fantasy book. If you liked Mistborn and want more heisty things, I think that's a good one. Demon Copperhead, that's got to be in the top 5. I recommended that book more than anything. You know what? Name of the Wind is a top 5 read. It really is. It's the first time I read it. I know it may never get finished, but you know what? The prose, the writing, the style, it was absolutely amazing. I was blown away, and I still think it was great. Wise Man's Fear, not as good as Name of the Wind, but still very, very good. Rhythm of War, it's got to go up here too. Fantastic. I loved Rhythm of War. I don't get why people don't like it so much. I have a few theories, but they're unfounded because Brandon wants to write science fantasy, and I think people were kind of thrown off by some of the science sci-fi stuff in this, and I think the Navani stuff is what made it good, right? Like the depth that goes into is what was good. Anyways, he wants to write science fantasy. Let it happen. Just let it be. Let's see. Piranesi. Ooh, that was a really good book. I'm gonna stick it right here for now. Let's do this. This was the best Crescent City book I read. I read all 3 of them this year, and this one was the best because it had some cool tie-ins to other worlds, but the story was good, and the 3rd book had some interesting things that happened, but overall it just fell kind of flat. This book was great. I loved it. It was fun and light, and people should read a more variety of things. This one was really good. It was a short story that Tamsin Muir wrote, who wrote the Locked Tomb series. Super fun, super subversive. I loved it. Master of Jinn. Very good. Let's see what else we got. The Unmaking of June Pharaoh. I liked that. That was a really good book. Vicious. Let's put this... Yeah. I think this goes here. Silo. I just picked one of the Silo books. This was Shift. This was the 2nd book, which I really liked. I think Wool's probably the best book, but I read that a while back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in each and 4 to go. It's got to go up there. This got to go here. This got to go here and here. Okay, so now we have a list. Now let's try to refine this a little bit. I think we're getting pretty close. Yeah, we're really getting somewhere here. All right, top 5, Wind and Truth, Rhythm of War, Name of the Wind. A lot of Wind references here. Demon Copperhead and God Emperor of Dune. I read all the rest of the Dune books, Children of Dune through the end, through Heretics of Dune or Chapter House Dune. I thought God Emperor was probably my favorite that I read this year. Some of the later books were really good, but I kind of got lost a little bit at times. Not lost isn't the right word. I got bored, honestly. But the ideas and the thoughts were really good. I think that's right. All right, let's look at 6 through 10. Foundry Side. Yeah, I think that is probably right. Wise Man's Fear was very good. It wasn't as good as Name of the Wind, and I think that it's the second book, so like the development was amazing. It just isn't done. So there's that. Shift, yeah, City of Brass. This series is fantastic. I only read one, and I want to read the rest of them. S.A. Chakraborty, Shannon Chakraborty, who also wrote The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. Fantastic writer. Great world builder, great character development. Vicious was so good. I loved it. I'm surprised how much I love this. Piranesi was fantastic. So was A Master of Jinn by P. Gilly Clarke. Kingdom of Bash. It was a good ending to a series. I really like Throne of Glass. You know, it gets a lot of hate. But I think that Throne of Glass has better character development and world building than her other series. So there's that. And it's finished. Lost Man's Lane. I love this book. I was talking with someone the other day and they said that he has more books and I need to read them. So that's good. Dark Age. This book was rough. I liked it, but man, dark was true. Unmaking of June Farrow. Awesome book. A fun take on time travel, and I found it very enjoyable. Check and Mate, yeah, that's probably right. Gerald's Game, Princess Fiona, and House of Flame, or House of Sky and Breath. I think this is it. I think this is my top 20 list for the year. So, you know, I think these could interchange, honestly. Sometimes I think maybe Rhythm of War is better than Wind and Truth. I don't want to get into like spoiler chats about why, but then at the same time, there are some moments in Wind and Truth that I've been waiting for since book one. So I think we can leave it like that. Top 4, top 5, that's definitely right. So what a fantastic year of reading. I want to know, what is your favorite book that you read, or what are some of your top reads of the year? This is a different list than I normally have, and I just kind of read a variety of things this year, and I love it. So some of these were recommendations from friends, from people online, virtual friends, but overall, a great year of reading. I'm very happy with this list, and man, I can't wait to get into 2025 and read some more books. So happy reading. Did you hit your goal in 2024? I would love to hear in the comments what your favorite book was this year.